Hi, I'm Irving, and I have no life, just like you. If you're a regular viewer, first of all, thank you. But second, you know that one of my ongoing issues with these World War II games is the lack of attention to the war in the Pacific. This is the Medal of Honor series attempt to fill that gap. Unfortunately, this won't be a complete review. I'll only be covering part of the game. I'll explain why when we get there. Anybody who doesn't know it was Japan, not Germany, that got the United States into the war is probably up past their bedtime watching this. As a game set in the war against Japan should, it starts at Pearl Harbor. We're inside a ship trying to get out before the Japanese bombs send us to the bottom.
Come on, Mac, jump over. Watch it! Crouch under. Let's get out of here.
Oh, damn the hatch!
Bonus objective. Cool. I found another one a little further on when I used a fire extinguisher to check a side room. There was a guy in there and I got a bonus for saving him. I like it.
Save us! Use the float! Call headquarters!
That's what our save points look like. You can't save early and often, and these aren't automatic. You have to manually do the save. So look around everywhere because they're not always out in the open like this. You get topside and get on a big gun, trying to hold off both planes and torpedoes. Between how fast the planes are going and my natural suckitude, it ain't easy. Hold out long enough and you see a plane come straight down on you. You go into the water and... So my main objective was to drown? Is this game gonna get weird already? No, my mission was to survive drowning and get shot in the water instead. What is this? It's hard to see what's going on, but a boat picks you up and instantly puts you on a gun, still trying to take out some of those planes.
Clear away! Hang on, we're going to starboard! Whoa! Watch it! Lord have mercy! We're surrounded by tanks! Watch the tunnel gunners! Down your target, Marine!
We head toward the ships to see how bad it is. Pretty bad. Crank up the gun again and shoot as many planes as you can. I got a bonus objective for shooting down 20. Eventually, they break off.
They're turning tail now. Woo! Yeah! Yeah, but they won't be back anytime soon. You got that right. That was easier than...
Knock it off! And you listen up, Marines. You take a good long look. I hope none of you ever see a day like this again. Now, nobody will ever know what it was like. But maybe the ones who lived through it. You just be damn sure you don't forget the ones who didn't.
I don't remember the last time I heard it put better. Let's get going. We see a little historical background about Japan's aggression and conquest. We also hear Admiral Yamamoto's famous warning after the Pearl Harbor attack. I fear all we have done is awaken a sleeping giant. You're part of that giant now, and we're headed for the Philippines.
Joseph, is that you? It's good to see you. Covering fire!
The truck is somewhere near that church in the town square, but the place is crawling with Japs. We need the demolitions on that truck to blow this bridge.
Now you just hang fire for a minute. I'll be giving the order. Clear this area out so we can...
Best I could tell, that guy talking to you is your brother. Finding him was your first objective. The compass is a little hard to read at first, but you get used to it before too long. My question is, why do these people think they have to do it different every game? Consistency is not a four-letter word. Still, there it is, so we'll just go with it. Let's clear the area. Here's a problem I see right away. It's really slow to tell me about objectives. Until I checked the list, it never actually told me I needed to fix this tank. Looks like I'm going to have to check the objective screen a lot like in Frontline, because so far this game is a little stingy with information. I found the cog, and as quick as I picked it up, some enemies spawned. I didn't do that. It was the way the game behaved. Now, I haven't fixed the tank yet. I haven't even fought my way out of the room where I found the part yet. And he's on the other side of a stone wall. But he's giving me those post-fix instructions in a nice, clear voice, even though he's way early. I think I see another problem. Notice the top of the screen. Tank repaired. Press action to fix tank. So it's repaired, but it can still make baby tanks. That's not good. Do you have any idea how many tanks are euthanized each year? Please spay or neuter your tank. The tank is mainly for getting past barricades and stuff because it's in pretty bad shape. Your job is to keep the riffraff off of it so it can keep going. With a lethal butt shot if necessary. There are things like health packs and ammo cans stashed in some of those side areas, so check everywhere. Your health bar is that green line around the compass. As with some of the other games in this series, health packs come in various sizes, from the canteen that restores about 25% to the surgeon field pack, which restores it all. As with all of these games, the weapons vary in usefulness, with the Thompson at the bottom of the pile. As always, it sucks. Use it as little as you have to. You can't pick up enemy weapons, we're back to that again, so your M1 Garand is the next best thing. The tank stops at a barricade and the leader tells you they've got a spotter somewhere and a radio relay nearby to tell the guys on the ground where we are. So you're to go find that radio and take it out. You backtrack and find your way into what looks like a stadium of some kind. A stadium that's been converted to storage of some kind. There's a guy up there in the booth, so let's go get him. He was the spotter. Apparently, taking him out is enough, we don't have to destroy the radio. While you're up there, the enemy counterattacks. There's a machine gun nearby that you can use on them, but there's always one. In most areas, there are boxes you can break to find things like health and ammo. Okay. Is this supposed to be a joke? Whoa, how'd they do that? It's 3 times the size of that little bitty box. Another bonus objective. Too bad there's no way to find a list of these that I know of. You just have to wander around and do random stuff, and some of it turns out to be a bonus objective. Remember how we started the game with a sneak attack? Maybe not on the same scale, but there you go. From there, you clear out the building behind you and find a machine gun just as a bunch of enemies and a tank enter the courtyard. I think that's my 2 guys right below me, so I sprayed the whole place trying to protect them. But there seemed to be at least one guy I couldn't reach with the machine gun, so I went down to take care of him. They were bad guys. They watched me mow down all those other guys, watched me run past them and all the rest, and only paid attention to me when I was directly in front of them. This is the enemy artificial. I really don't want to add the word intelligence. You discover that the tank has gotten past that barrier, and we've found the missing truck as well. Nice of you to notice, 10 seconds later, after I walked away from it. You climb that bell tower and ring the bell to signal your demolition team. Now it's time to deliver the truck. And here's my biggest gripe of the game, the save system. If you get killed before you can finish the mission, like I did, and you didn't happen to wander in here and find this save point, then you get to do all that again. It doesn't save anything that you don't do manually. No, bad game, no replay. I do have to say, at least there are save points. That's a lot better than Frontline. After I did that, I realized I hadn't gone up and rung the bell yet, so I did that, then came back down and saved again. I'm not taking any chances anymore. Those guys going after the tank reminded me of a bunch of ants swarming over a dropped ice cream cone. This part is hard. You have tons of soldiers, both on foot and in machine gun nests, plus a tank that you have to chase off. How? There's conveniently placed explosive barrels along the way that you shoot at just the right time to affect the tank. It took me several tries, but of course eventually I made it.
Griffin. At ease, lad. Listen, son, I'm sorry about your brother. We got a damn tough job done, and most of us made it out alive. He was a good Marine. You can't ask for more than that.
Well, a happy joy to you for completing the mission too. We see a short documentary about MacArthur having to leave the Philippines, then prepare for an assault on Guadalcanal, where the Japanese are building a strategic airfield.
Listen up, Marines. The mission is to soften up the enemy before the main assault at dawn. We land across the beach, proceed to the airfield, Destroy an ammo dump, eliminate any remaining resistance. Sit tight till our relief arrives. Any questions?
Yeah, whose side is he on? You're using a sniper rifle, probably a Springfield, for this one. It's really hard to use on the river, but once you reach the shore, it becomes useful for taking out enemy snipers. That seems appropriate somehow. In the previous level, my M1 Garand would take down an enemy with one torso shot. I'm pretty sure the Springfield fires at least the same round, if not a stronger one. And it took 2 torso shots to put that guy down. I'll just leave that there for consideration. As you make your way inland, any time you come upon a machine gun nest or a spider hole or anything else, be sure to explore it. At least one of them has a save point in it. This crap of hiding the save points is one of the worst ideas I've seen yet. I'm glad it never caught on. We found a bunch of guys with this truck and took them out. I'm guessing we're supposed to take the truck now, but these guys seem to think there's still somebody in there. Why is he shooting the truck? There's nobody in there. That's the second time he shot that windshield out. I had no idea the Japanese had developed one that grew back. I couldn't find anybody out there. Then I noticed something weird. The stream of bullets over my head didn't seem to be coming from my guys. So he's just lying there in the back of the truck shooting non-stop at nothing, while my guys try to get at him by shooting the front of the truck. You know what the worst part is? I can't really say I'm surprised. Use that machine gun to hold off a counterattack and now you have some wheels. Too bad you're not going to use them. You stay on foot and keep going. No, I don't know why. Here's another issue. I've been lightening these clips up a little so you can see what's happening. Here's what they actually look like. The enemy is that dark blob over there next to the other dark blob. Emphasis on the word dark. Most of the time I had to locate enemies by following their tracers. And even then, a lot of the time it was really hard to tell what was a soldier shooting the tracers at me and what was the rock he was hiding behind shooting tracers at me. You reach the enemy outpost where you have to take out the guys guarding it while Gunny dances to distract them.
Fingers in your ears, then stick them in your belly. Don't be afraid if it jiggles like jelly. Yeah, Schmierska Hogan. Wave your hands in the air like you won a big prize. Pop yourself on the head, then cross your eyes. Yeah, Schmierska Hogan.
You have to clear this place, and you can expect that to take a long time because it's worse than a termite mound. There are tunnels and chambers and paths going everywhere, and at times you'll have no idea where you are. Just keep following the tunnel or whatever, no matter what your compass says, and eventually you'll get them all. But you can also expect to curse a lot along the way. Curses! 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 The AI, both yours and theirs, are as goofy as ever. But once in a while, one of them does have a brief flash of intelligence. I accidentally dropped this grenade instead of throwing it. And he kicked it over to where it got one of the enemy. I'm not sure I believe it, even though I've watched that clip at least 4 times. Your next objective is to find an ammo depot and destroy it. This usually involves planting explosives of some kind. That's it? That was anticlimactic. Take out a few more enemies and the game told me I'd secured the depot. Then a dozen more guys came at us. Someone needs to look up the word secure. I hopped into a convenient tank and started using the machine gun. Just in time, too. Mine's tougher than yours. I wasn't sure what to do now, so I checked my objectives. So I've done everything. Then why am I still here? Why don't I have a mission accomplished? Because the instant I take hold of that machine gun, every Japanese soldier on the planet is going to materialize out of nowhere right in front of me. Of course.
Well done, Griffin. Now we got this airfield secured, we can get a foothold on this island and start pushing the Japanese back. We're through retreating, lad. America's back in this war. I don't imagine any of us got much sleep, so I'll spare the small talk. This is the situation. We managed to take the airfield, but we haven't pushed the Japanese off the island yet. Still delaying our repair crews with artillery from the west, and they hit us hard last night, as you can tell. Headquarters is calling that artillery position Pistol Pete. We can't use this airfield with Artie firing at us all day and all night. I want that damn Pistol Pete taken out.
It's an artillery position, so they call it Pistol Pete. Because if they just called it Japanese Artie, the guy in the squad named Artie would get really confused. You fight your way along until you meet some spotters that the gunny told you about just before you left.
You're a lucky chap we ran into you, Marine. I'm Martin Clemens, and this is Salas and Keep. We've just come across a squad of your mates, and they're in a very tight spot. Follow me.
The first place they'll lead you to, if you watch closely, is into a cave where there's a save point. Anytime you see a cave or big gap in the rocks or something like that, check around it because that's where most of the save points are. It's annoying, but there it is. Just go with it.
Left and set up overlooking the plantation house. Salas, keep an eye flanking to the right. Hold your fire until we're in position.
There they are, so let's go rescue them. Take out the enemies that are about to execute them, but remember one important thing. You are the only one who can actually kill anybody. Your friendly AI can shoot at them, engage in hand-to-hand combat, and otherwise keep them occupied, but you'll have to be the one to do the real dirty work. I don't know why. Again, just go with it.
Here, give me a hand. Come on, over here. Cut me loose.
Really familiar, Doc. Kind of like the guy who was in my unit.
The ones that are able come with you. Fight up a hill, and there it is. Or not. I wonder why nobody's concerned about that guy raining shells down on us too. But I'm not in charge of this thing, so let's just go find the real one. The Japanese counterattack with a whole bunch of soldiers plus a tank. Fortunately, you just happen to have a howitzer. Okay then, on down the hill you have to take out a small enemy camp guarding a bridge over a river. Okay, I stand corrected. If they run face first into the bayonet, even your friendly AI can kill them. It sure looks like that plunger's supposed to do something, like blow up the artillery piece. Oh, I see, it's left-handed, or something like that. Whatever, that should take care of Pistol Pete. By the time you exit, somehow there's only one other guy with you. While you explore and take out the enemy, he's trying to swat a fly. I can't blame him, they're annoying. At the moment, I was just following my compass because I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do next. Wait a minute, there's 3 of them? Then shouldn't that be Pistol Pete's? Or Pistols Pete? Or even Pistols Pete's? Grammar, people! Make your way around, blow the other 2, and now it's time to escape across the bridge. Which ones are the bad guys? I guess those guys on the other side are giving us cover. And where did the fire that killed me come from? This is confusing. I had missed a save point, surprise, surprise, so I was way back before the 3rd Pistol Pete. Between that and the bridge, there's also a machine gun nest that was giving me no end of trouble. This guy's getting more and more useful. Okay, those guys were giving us cover because a bunch more enemies materialized behind us. How silly of me not to know that. We get a brief history of the OSS, then it's on to our next mission.
Now that you've completed your OSS training, we need you in active service. Immediately. In fact, tonight.
In fact, tonight! We've gotten wind of a top-secret Axis summit tonight in Singapore and need to know what they're up to. You'll have help from a Nisei operative and a British agent who's a little questionable. The Nisei were Japanese Americans who joined the military, basically to prove that they wanted nothing to do with the regime that carried out Pearl Harbor. They did their jobs under difficult circumstances and have never really gotten the recognition they deserve. Finally, the spy gets to do a stealth mission. For this, we have the silenced well-rod pistol. I hate this gun. It packs an amazing punch and it's silenced, and it's a freaking single shot. You have to reload it every time. So if there's 2 enemies coming at you, you could be screwed. You meet up with Tanaka in a rickshaw.
Here's the intel I have on the summit. The Axis have taken over the best hotel in the city. Our commander Shima is in charge of the whole thing. Nobody knows who he is or what his plan is, but security will be very tight. Rumor has it that a whole company of secret police work for him. Keep it mum. I'll do the talking.
Thanks to the music and other noise, I caught about a third of what he said. Let's just follow his lead, especially since I only speak English. He convinces them that you're a German dignitary here for General Shima's meeting. They let you pass.
We've been spotted!
Spotted how? For what? I'm supposed to be a German big shot. Of course, I'm running down the middle of the street carrying an American-made automatic pistol, so I can see where that would make some people a little nervous. Tanaka takes off to lead them away from you so you can shake any others and make it to Shima's meeting. Head underground for a while and you meet up with the British agent.
Japs took over. Now, you were heading for that tea party at the hotel, right? Follow me. Have you there in no time.
You follow him until he gives you some tire spikes and tells you to throw them under a German officer's tires when he gives the signal. Whenever that might eventually be. There's a save point up those stairs, but I can't get to the stairs past this guy because he's busy guarding that wall. I can't even shoot him out of the way. The only thing I knew to do was wander around until something happened. At some point I got a prompt to throw the caltrops, and when I did, a car ran over them and crashed. Then I came out and took the officer's uniform. And now that he finally decides that Wall has had enough and lets it go, I can save my game. So now that I'm in disguise, I should be able to move around freely. I think I need a better disguise. There's a bonus objective going on here, rescuing 3 different POWs. But it still gets weird because every Japanese soldier who sees me, no matter how close or far away, immediately starts firing at me. I'm wearing a German officer's uniform! Why would they shoot at a German officer without even asking for ID first? It doesn't make any sense. What's supposed to be the advantage of stealing the uniform? Fashion? If you can avoid the trigger-happy idiots, eventually you get to a staff car and your British friend poses as your driver. Here we go again, grab my gun. Oh, he's just saluting with it. Never mind. Inside, a guy who walks like he's got a corn cob up his butt directs you to the meeting.
Now, if you would be so kind as to follow me. Enjoy your stay.
Then again, maybe the corn cob didn't work and he's walking like that because I'm not asking about that spot. Let's get to this meeting before I think about it too much.
I am pleased to have impressed you, honored guests. As we Japanese form the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere, we have discovered much wealth in the other nations of the region. This gold will secure the future of Japan. But what of the present? The gold cannot buy more weapons or more ships. But what might it purchase? May I introduce you to General Borov? For a handsome reward, the General has assured me that soon there will be a new leader in Russia. One who can guarantee peace with Germany. Now, the German head of state would never accept this plan. But there are elements within his own high command who would strike him down and replace him with a man whose vision of the future is unclouded. Their representative has joined us.
Imposter!
What? What is this?
Didn't think I'd leave you with the sticky wicket, did you?
I don't want to know where I was keeping that Sten gun. And if I'm in disguise as a German, shouldn't it be an MP40? We didn't find out everything we needed to know, but I think the meeting is over. You grab the tray of slides and you and your British pal fight your way out of the hotel. Well, I hope you bang bang bangity boom boom too.
Come on! Let's go!
This information needs to get back to the OSS. Our only chance is to find out where the gold is and stop it from being moved.
I wonder what our next mission will be. We get a short documentary about the Japanese and this gold. Basically, every time they conquered a country, they robbed it blind. One general in particular found a huge stash in Singapore. Now they're trying to hide it in mines while sorting out a way to get it home without the American Navy sending it to the bottom of the ocean. A spotter plane has noticed some unusual activity near a temple in your area, so your squad is to go check it out. And then the spotter plane gets shot down. Say it with me, now it's a rescue mission. And that is as far as we can get. I captured the rest, but in one of my many moves, the disc vanished. I thought, no problem, I have the saves on my Xbox 360 hard drive, you know, the one I got especially to use with original Xbox games, so I'll just replay that part. Unfortunately, the 360 that I captured this game on went the way of all things a couple of years ago, and I had to replace it. The replacement won't play this game. Apparently Microsoft, in keeping with their motto, improved it to the point where it doesn't work at all. The game is also available for PS2, but we saw with Frontline how bad my controllers are, and I don't have the means to replace them right now. And it's available for the GameCube, which I do not have. So I can't go any further with this one. What I do have plays fair for the most part and has decent mission variety. The AI on both sides are ridiculous beyond belief, but that seems to be a common thread in these Medal of Honor games. Do they get smarter as the level of difficulty increases? Couldn't tell you. If you know, then you tell me if you're so inclined. In any case, there's one big improvement over Frontline, and that's the addition of save points. Their placement is really stupid, but at least we have them. That's progress, so the series still shows good promise. I'm Irving, and I have no life, just like you.